Fossil rivers and Karst gold. Karst mining in the California Mother Lode. This is a blind Google view of Central California with San Francisco Bay on the lower left and Lake Tahoe in the upper right. The Mother Lode towns of Volcanoes, Murphys, and Columbia are pinpointed in the slides. In 1864, a group of photographic artists were commissioned to take 3D pictures of interesting things in California for publication and for sale. First, a little background on the creation of the Mother Lode Karst. The Pacific and North American plates collide along the coast of California. Melting crusts produce rising granitic intrusions that are notable in the Sierra Nevada mountains of today. Gold and veins of quartz and deep faults weathered out over time onto the surface. Coral atolls, shown in pink in this illustration, are carried along to the subduction plate and accreted into the continental plate. Early mountains were eroded into high plains extending into what is now the Great Basin. Major uplift of the Sierra Nevada dates back 5 million years ago, but may in part be due to the sinking on the east side of the fault. Distribution of the Calaveras limestone is shown in the center map. The fossil rivers shown in blue are from about 50 million years ago, while the intervolcanic channels shown in red are 30 to 2 million years old. Lava flowing down a stream valley was resistant to erosion and left the Table Mountain that we see today. Stars show the locations of Columbia and Murphys. Looking north over Columbia, showing the Mine stream channel along the bottom of the picture and the Stanislaus River Canyon and Table Mountain in the distance. Placer mining is the extraction of minerals from the sediment by washing. The San Francisco Company of Lawrence and Hawsworth organized photographic expeditions starting in 1864 to produce stereoscopic views of interesting subjects on the West Coast. They would take about 50 images detailing mining operations around Columbia, California. Water was needed to run the lifting wheels and to wash the gold. Miles of flumes were needed to carry the water from the deep canyon to the ridges. This E.L. Crawford view of the flume in El Dorado County is on a circa 1874 mount. Reservoirs above Columbia provided water under pressure to the mines. The water was from 60 miles away. George Lawrence retired in 1868. Only Hawsworth's name appear on later cards. The original 1864 and 65 views remained popular and continued to be published on the later 1870 style cards. At the dump box, larger rocks were discarded and finer matrix was run through the sluice. On the left is a Friedenberg water wheel used for raising the car. You can see the cover, which would be lowered when using the water wheel. High tech for the time. The skyline and prominent buildings can be used to scale and align the views to make panoramas of the mining operations. This is a panorama looking north over Columbia. A panorama view looking southwest over Columbia. The dashed red line shows the mine channel going on to Browns Flat and to Springfield. A view of the daily claim. Young daredevils provide some scale for the view. The Columbia claim with the town in the background. You can see the pipe above the flume carrying the water under high pressure to the lifting wheel. The Tiger claim with Columbia in the background. It provides a close view of the lifting wheel, the dump box, and the sluice. In this front view of the lifting wheel, you can see the windlass that was used for hoisting the cars. Looking up the incline, note the crane in the background for moving loads. This view I found 30 years ago and was the start of my collection of mother-lode Karst stereographs. A whim is a windlass used for raising ore from a mine. These animal-operated whims were much simpler than lifting wheels. This view from the reservoir shows the excavations along the edge of the town around 1865. The area under the red hatch marks was all mined away. The asterisk is the Masonic Hall. It was sold and the area underneath it mined. It was later reconstructed at a new location at the state park. While this looks like a sink, the curved lineations are probably an impact of pulling the sediments down from above to the cart below. Here is a solution feature, a fragment of an old solution tube. In this view of the operations at Brown's Flat, you can see the remnant of a chamber left in the mined karst below. Here's a view showing a possible fossil passage. A fossil passage used by the miners. The top portion of this solution passage may have been enlarged a little bit to make it more comfortable for pushing the carts. This underground sluice is a circa 1864 C.E. Watkins view. It appears to be excavated, but may have started as a solution feature. Karst mining at Murphy's. Lawrence and Hosworth took 4 views in Murphy's between 1864 and March 1865. In this view at Murphy's, you can see the miners loading buckets, which were then moved by the crane to the dump box that was in the background. By 1870, when C.L. Pond visited Murphy's, the karst was already worked out. Ten views were taken in a volcano between 1865 and early 1866. The detail in the lower left shows the marble outcropping containing Masonic cave. View on the right is cleaning the dump box. The worked out claims were simply abandoned. This is an abandoned mine in Murphy's, taken in 1870. A 15-pound gold nugget was found at Springfield. That would be worth over $320,000 today. A 50-pound gold nugget was found at Knapps Ranch. That would be worth more than $1 million today. New Karst gold. The area has now turned into a popular bouldering area with a guidebook and a Facebook page, Columbia Bouldering. For your final viewing pleasure, here is the earliest known California cave stereo view. It is of Alabaster Cave. It was taken by Alfred A. Hart in 1866 or 1867. Thanks for taking the time to watch my show, and here are a few of the references that I used for the presentation.